Darul Qasim came along with this backdrop that we want to be resilient and creative at the same time. And perhaps there was no better place than, the Western world where this could be executed in this day and age. Muslims and non-Muslims understand and appreciate the academic value and the rigor that Islam brings into a civilization, into an order, whatever order that may be. We're not averse to trying to understand different orders and different systems and different value systems and different paradigms of education or whatever. But as I said before, Muslims have always been creative in their pedagogy, in their ability to address and readdress and then represent and represent the knowledge of prophethood that came through the system of inheritance, inheriting from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself. The knowledge that we, inshallah, are providing will help any individual do practically anything that they wish to do, except they will have a very strong foundation in their Islamic understanding of classical Islam. So they'll bring that skill set to the table. We are hoping to do is slightly different from what others do. One is that we have a mono-philosophy. The mono-philosophy drives the whole institution from the board members to the faculty, the staff, and the students. Every institution needs a philosophy. The philosophy of being and a philosophy of education and methodology. We haven't seen that yet in our communities where the one philosophy drives the whole institution. So we have a philosophy which is basically based on the difference between the oral tradition and the written tradition. If you need to learn more about that, then you'll have to come and join us. Muslims have always been very generous towards any work that is in the name of the Sunnah, and any work that revives and resuscitates the knowledge tradition so that building institutions becomes part of the normal trend in Muslim communities and societies. Because there were philanthropists, there were government endowments through the Awqaf system, and there were other means of charity and just people sacrificing, whether they were rich or poor, in order to learn. And that's what we're trying to, inshallah, establish here in the US and throughout the world through the internet and other services we have online. Generosity is one of the most major characteristics of every prophet. Every prophet was generous, and every prophet was devoted to worshipping his Lord. And every prophet was devoted to doing service for humanity at large, and also especially within their own Muslim communities. We want Muslims to revisit their cultural heritage of generosity and come to terms with being part of that prophetic inheritance, where not only do you inherit the knowledge of prophets, but you also inherit the values and the morals and the characteristics of prophets, both. So the need of the hour for us in the US is to, now we've built our masajid. We have mosques everywhere. We are building high schools and elementary schools. But we need to build and also focus on building institutions for higher learning, which is colleges, universities, that provide both the content and the context of Islam in a very, very, very changing world. The philanthropy of the participants and the adherents of that faith are going to help it continue to move on. Our scholarship program is for this reason, that there are quite a few number of students who are not able to meet the demands financially but they really want to learn and they really want to dedicate themselves to learning. And it will be good that the whole Muslim community participates, one either by learning or the other by facilitating the learning for others. And this is what we're hoping. Inshallah, people will be, inshallah, thinking of and then inshallah also responding to. So we make dua that Allah gives us all tawfiq to do what pleases Him the most, inshallah.
Learn more and donate now at darulqasim.org/donate.